Oh, it's really easy, honestly.
Thank you. I'll send you a picture of the whole check.
I know, I'm not worried about it.
What's her name?
Yeah. Hey.
I'm good with all. That worst thing's out there. I'll have a lot more.
It's the ordinance committee minutes over there too. I got it. Yeah, I got it.
No,
Are they-
I don't put minutes on the table, just reports. Minutes go right on the website.
Okay, great.
Oh, I always wouldn't run now. Sometimes you can know in the fruit cake. She can't, with the youth, she can't say anything, you can't raise a hand. Can't do nothing.
Looks okay. We always look short and fat, or at least I do. It is what it is. I do, look.
You need to learn from the teenagers how to do it.
Right, we need to lift,
it.
I did mention to Leanne that if we could raise it up a little, so that, we didn't look so stout, so broad. All right, thank you all for coming. Let's get this meeting underway. So I'm calling the meeting to order, and we're gonna start with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, let's approve the minutes of the August 6th Selectmen's meeting. I'd like to make a motion to get that approved. Have you read it all and made you any changes?
Seconded.
Great.
Oh, I read it.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, sure.
Great. All in favor? Super duper.
Something else too, I don't remember.
Sneaking in extra paperwork.
we have minutes.
I'm just, I'm just trying to get to the warrants.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, next we'd like to approve payroll warrants August 7th and August 14th, which are right here, and I believe we've already signed them. So I'd like to approve those payroll warrants. I need a second.
You're seconded.
All right, all in favor? Okay, and they've all been signed, so you can pass those back. And then we need the warrants 28 and warrant 3, which are this one and this one.
3 and 4, because of the extra.
Is that this one?
No,
Here's
I had
one.
to make out those 2 general assistants checks.
Oh.
I had to make out a whole new warrant.
Oh,
because
nice
she
of
told me
you.
the dates.
Sorry. Here was my first one.
And Tilton said it's fine. I'll
I
drop
saw.
off a check tomorrow.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I saw that the message I sent you earlier with the proper spelling didn't say, so I just resent it to you. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'll change on the letter. There's a letter at the end.
This is for the general assistance that we talked about, that we met with.
Now, are you going to notify?
I am, I already talked to him this morning and texted him and told him, let him know in the morning how we're gonna proceed to move that forward. This is what I didn't understand, so thank you. It's prior year. We're getting billed for prior year stuff?
Yeah.
Why? I thought we were all done with 23, 24.
Because at the last meeting, and we paid one of the invoices, not both of them, and then the bulk waste bill came in.
Yeah, I understand the bulky waste one.
Yeah.
I'm just
So it's
concerned
nothing
about,
new. It's nothing new, it's the 2 invoices that you approved, thought we were approving at the last meeting, only I didn't enter one of them in the computer. So I had to do that.
so they didn't get the checks last time?
One for one of the invoices, not the other.
Okay. I put down with the explanation, because I wasn't signing it, like, knew why. It's for one we already approved. And this is not one of them, this is the
That's current year.
current year. Okay, so I'd like to move that we approve warrant 28, 3, and 28 and 3, and 4, which is general assistance. I need a second. All in favor? Okay. Good, good. All right, RSU 10 report, they have an upcoming meeting, which we got the agenda, correct? All right, we have the road commissioners report. You sent us a FEMA progress report. Is there anything we want to share besides that?
No, I haven't heard from.
But we don't know when they're going to make any payments at this point. Okay. All right,
And
and,
our emergency management director had contact Jeannie, who's taking care of Hartford. Well, was gonna try to, he went on the portal and, looked around because that's his job, not mine. And he tried to contact her, I don't know if he got hold of her or not.
I'm guessing if he did, he would have let us know before tonight. That was Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to send an email out to him?
No, I think he's working on it, he's trying to get information.
Okay, all right. And we have a road complaint on Town Farm. Yes, that was in our packet. Can we have, thank you very much. Okay, so the pothole on the end of Town Farm Road, can we please ask Bim to take care of that?
I did mention to him, he can go out, get some potholes on that road, and Pratt Hill Road. And probably do it's raining, we'll probably get to it.
Okay, good.
So I went down Pratt Hill.
Oh, I go
it's full
through
of-
Pratt Hill
full
almost
of-
every day, so I can feel the pain
You
of the
see one
neighbors.
that's no out in that, and one that's full of water.
Yeah. Awesome. Do you, okay. All right,
So there was a road complaint, I put it on the table for you.
yeah, a new one.
Yeah.
Right? This one. Yep. So this other road complaint about a culvert that they're saying that is failing and rusted out, can we have Bim go check that out and get back to us before he fixes it, so we'll know what's going on with it? Does that sound all right?
Does he get these complaints, or he just don't?
I emailed them to the road committee, you and them. As soon as I get them.
Okay. So we want to make sure if it is failing that we get it scheduled to be replaced. But if we could get a report and find out what's going on with it, that'd be great. That sound right?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, road committee report. Pratt Hill Road repair update, which they haven't met since we last met.
I like to talk about that.
Oh, hey Al, thank
How you
you.
doing, young lady?
Nice to see
Some of
you.
those flowers were for me, but you ditched them.
I love them, thank you.
Anyways, I have two things going on here. One of them is Leslie, Diane, and we met down there, we went up and down Pratt Hill, we looked at culverts that need to be changed, we're starting to mark stuff out. I have a really good confidence that we can put a bid spec together. We're gonna go in a week or so, and we're gonna start painting areas, so if somebody's going to look at it. We measured the road, we measured how much grinding needs to be done. We've got culverts that just can be washed out at the bottom. There's a bunch of them that need to be changed, and we actually talked to a landowner there that we could put a culvert across his driveway to alleviate the water going down his driveway. And he's gonna take out some trees at the end of the driveway. So I believe we're really working on it, and it was the first time I really paid attention to the landscape there, and I almost believe what's going down Pratt Hill for grit going into the pond is minimal. Trucks are running 24/7, and they're washing all the light stuff out, and you can see the rocks behind. And down by the big culvert, you can see that there was so much water came down that there was an eddy, and on top of the bank, 4 feet up on the bank, there was a pile of sand. So, I mean, the town is liable for some of this stuff, but it's not as much as everybody thinks. Because, I mean, big heavy storms, the big rocks are gonna stay behind, the little ones are going down.
Right.
That's what
I
Ben has
understand.
been saying for a long.
Well, I think one of the problems is that we didn't put any silt fence up or anything else after working on that road, left it for 2 years.
You almost have to put something out in the pond to stop that from going into the pond. You know, like, I mean, it's not us, it would have to be the pond association to figure out what to put there.
You can't, if the pond association were to put something there to block it, then the brook would never go in because it would fill in.
It's almost like you just put a barrier out there, like breakwater, you know, so it gets behind. I mean, you have to be able to get in there too and clean it out, but it's gonna keep silting, you're not gonna stop it from silting.
Right, but there's a huge difference between now and 3 years ago. Huge.
Well, Diana went online and she looked up from Google Earth from a bunch of years ago to now, and she can tell you exactly what she looked at, and it's definitely been a lot, but we should have more rain.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's a lot of brooks going into that.
Yeah, you
I
got
I understand.
Brooks dumping into the big one.
But I just want to make sure that they're not the next lawsuit coming to us if we're not taking good measures so that more stuff isn't flowing as we repair the road. More stuff isn't flowing in there.
Right, we will take.
We have to be good stewards to our lakes and ponds.
Right, first it'll be ditched, and then we'll be putting some riprap in to stop that stuff from going down. So we have a plan, we just, you just gotta give us some time to work together.
Yeah.
We're working on it. So the other problem I have, and it's pretty major. So when we all took this job to do these tasks, and anything in the town, you have to sign a waiver saying that we're not gonna disrupt the meetings, we're not gonna ditch people, we're not gonna be argumental, and any of that. So I really don't feel comfortable with Jennifer being on the road committee. She has done all those things against different people. So it's gonna be up to the selectmen, but I really don't feel confident that she can go on Facebook and say things about the road committee or about you guys, or be in here saying bad stuff to somebody. It's not right. This is toxic, very toxic.
Al, I wish you had let me know when you guys was going down there.
We're gonna go back again. I'll let you know. This is
No,
all,
you should have let me know this time here.
but we're not. all
She didn't
these-
let us know either.
No,
The
it was-
road committee went
It
down.
was a spur of the moment, I didn't have time, but we're going back down, we're not.
No, I'm involved in the bid committee, so I
Not until we
figured,
vote on it tonight.
but they should have let me know when it was going
I
down.
just wanted to go down there and look at the trucks and stuff, we didn't make any decisions, but you'll be involved in it. I saw you call me the other day, and I didn't call you back, because you didn't leave a message.
What's that?
Didn't you call me the other day and not leave a message?
Yeah, but I guess it wasn't anything too important.
Well, it would have been important if you left me a message, because I was heading down there, and I would have called you back.
God, you should have, yes.
So it works two ways. And I'll go down there with you, we'll go down there, we're not trying to leave you off, definitely. We need your input too.
Well,
Everybody gotta work together.
We haven't, tonight we have to formally form the bid committee and make a vote on who's gonna be the selectman in charge
Right.
of working with the bid committee, so,
And we're supposed to have a road committee meeting
next Monday.
next Monday, so we're not doing nothing.
I thought it was Wednesday tomorrow.
Yeah, we're supposed to have one tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we have,
It got bumped from Monday night because.
but we have, solid waste.
You said the last Wednesday of the month.
Oh, right, 28th,
So
sorry.
that's-
Oh,
I mean,
thank you, because, that changes my
it works
plans
out
back.
better that we don't have it until after the bid. After we
Oh,
figure out
that's
what's going
good.
on in the bid committee, that would work for me too. I mean, we can reschedule. I don't wanna have meetings that are not conducive to what's going on, and I don't wanna waste anybody's time. So, the only thing I can do at that meeting is take care of this problem right here. With Jennifer.
Well, while we're discussing that, I would also like to remind everyone here, when this meeting is adjourned, unless the select board has made a prior agreement like we did with Wesley last week, before the meeting, he asked to talk with us after the meeting. It is rude and disrespectful to come forward and take up board time when we are trying to meet with someone we've already agreed to, and people are coming forward, people are interrupting what we're trying to do. when the meeting is already adjourned. The meeting is over. And to come up and be aggressive, to come up and approach committee members for other committees is totally inappropriate. If you have something to share, we're adults. We all have differing opinions based on who we are, where we live. And I expect people to act like that, not like 5-year-old spoiled rotten people that feel entitled to take over. We're not gonna run meetings like that.
I believe anybody that takes one of these offices should follow the law. So, we don't need toxic people in this room. We need everybody to work together. This is a town, try to save taxpayers' money.
And we're all supposed to be running this and helping run this community
Right.
fiscally sound and appropriate to each other. So I'm not gonna tolerate it. If I get any of that baloney tonight, you're being walked out by the constable and you're not gonna be welcome back until you can behave yourself. I'm just not gonna tolerate it
I
anymore.
think we might be able to send someone to like management counseling. Then come back.
Communication skills. We're so used to going like this and not talking face to face. We need some people skills again.
Thanks for listening to me.
Thank you, Al.
Susan?
I don't think it's appropriate right now for us to be discussing a committee member. And we do have an executive session at the end, and we will add that to executive session to discuss, Al, what you have mentioned.
Thank you.
Lenny, I would love to hear from you.
Wow. I'm glad Al brought up laws, because the laws of Hartford are the ordinances.
Correct.
Ordinance Part 2, the road committee is way.
I'm not sure how you can see that, considering they're just advising the road commissioner and advising the select board.
They talk about their plans.
Correct.
Al just talked about his plans and how they look at things, and that's the road commissioner's job.
And the road committee wants the road commissioner to be a part of that. He actually has to attend the meeting, so Lenny. When he doesn't attend, they still need to move forward.
I'm going to stop speaking. It will become inappropriate.
Diane,
I just wanted to say.
can you
that-
stand? I'm sorry, because you're so petite and tiny and quiet.
I just wanted to say that we have tried to work with the road commissioner. However, as everyone is aware, we are an advisory board. We were advised by the selectmen to take on Pratt Hill and the responsibilities going around this. We did not go out on our own. We were advised by the select board to work on Pratt Hill.
Thank you, Diane. Yes, Jack?
Getting back to the erosion on the Wet Pond, yeah, this is coming from all over the watershed. What I would like to see happen is, as much as possible, as much as is in our capacity to do, is to slow that water down, but in that culvert area, before it gets to the pond, because probably the biggest part is the stream banks washing away. So there needs to be some stream bank erosion.
All that comes all up on top of the hill, but I think if we put something out farther away from the culvert,
Yes.
and we might have to ask permission to run some of this property. We only have a certain amount of road that we can work with, unless we ask for permission.
There's things that can be done all the way down the hill, on the other side of the culvert, on this side of the culvert, that's all we're asking, is to just.
We're trying.
We're a team, and we're gonna do it also because we really care about
Yeah.
our watershed.
Thank you.
Was there another hand over here that I missed? Great. Okay. On to the next one, constable report. Stephen, how's it going?
Good. So we had 3 warnings for the beach.
3 what?
3 warnings for the beach, no return. What happened here the other night, I actually helped put chairs away. The meeting was over, left, got 100 yards on the road, got a call from my wife, saw it on the computer, so we got back to the call. I come back, talked to the individual, got on my side by then, whatever happened. And just I talked out loud as well. So, also the town has accumulated a step ladder. Somebody left a 12-foot orange fiberglass step ladder behind the old schoolhouse. And the last 2 times we mowed there, there's been a handful of broken glass thrown on the ground. and I took pictures of it. We just mowed there the other day, there was another handful of broken glass. The ladder, I thought maybe we could put a picture on it, on Boston Town site or something, to see if we can get somebody to come forward who belongs to it. It's a $200 set ladder.
I believe that Mike told us he was missing one from across the street, so we want to
This is
contact
blue.
him first.
Yeah.
His is blue?
This is the orange. So, anyway, we'll have it in the garage.
Yeah, can we put it in the garage or put a thing and they can, yeah. We don't need to post a picture of it, we can just say if someone's missing a ladder, if they could.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
And that's what they're running into, it's one of these, places to throw glass, handfuls of broken window glass on the ground.
me and the gentleman from our liability insurance several weeks ago went out there and it was, the whole backyard was covered with glass, covered.
Third time we cleaned up broken glass, and there's no window broken.
Yeah, because I cleaned some up too.
All right.
Pass some signs up if you want to get a camera.
No, it's already so unwelcoming now with the big glaring no trespassing signs. And it's a public building that people should want to go and visit, time to do that. And it makes me sad to see that beautiful building sitting out in the middle of nowhere where people can't access it because we can't monitor it. It's a shame. And I think there's a solution and we'll move forward to figuring out how we can utilize that building and keep a safe watch and be a good steward over that building. So, but right now, where it sits, it's unfortunate that it's all by itself. And I'm worried that someone's gonna do something bad to it. But we will, a project for another day.
We can get a grant for a library, or Steve King, we can donate to it.
If it still sits there in the middle of nowhere where there's a lot of vandalism and we can't watch, problem. I respect that though. I think that building deserves a lot better. All right, code enforcement report. I think we already got that last month. Animal control, did we get anything from her? Okay. With animal control report in mind, I want everyone to know that they have plenty of cats and dogs over at the Responsible Pet Care that we use for shelter. They are doing some fundraisers and looking for cat food. So if you want to make a donation to the people that take care of our wayward animals, they are looking. So just want to put that little plug in, all right? All right, planning board already met and gave their committee meeting information last meeting. Ordinance committee, we have their minutes. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
You should have received two other documents, one pertaining to asking for some additional information, perhaps before we take the next step to deal with the solar ordinance. We have been gathering information on that. And then the other item I sent to Leanne this morning has to do with the existing no spray ordinance and the committee's recommendation to the select board on what should be done with that. And our recommendation follows the recommendation that came from the ordinance committee at the end of last year, which is essentially we suggest you repeal a warrant for repealing the no spray ordinance. And the rationale for that is, I had a conversation with Gus at the Pesticide Control Board, who said essentially any no spray ordinance from a town automatically triggers a negotiation that leads to the town having to pay for essentially brush removal along the town's roads. And for an ordinance to be recognized by the state, a no spray ordinance from the town to be recognized by the state, it has to be registered. That's actually a state statute requiring that. Our current no spray ordinance, first of all, is written in a manner that I'm not sure would be actually an accepted legal document. But secondly, um, secondly, let me lost my train of thought.
I would like to add this to the next agenda so that we can work on it.
Yeah.
If that's all right with
Yeah,
you?
I wasn't expecting that.
This is phenomenal. Thank you for your work. Great notes, great research on the solar stuff with other communities, and we look forward to talking about this at our next meeting.
Yes, and just to let you know, if any of you would like some of the literature we're gathering, we'd be happy to provide it, to just let us know.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, do we have a fire warden report?
Unless Baxter's here somewhere.
He's out of state.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I thought he was out of state. All right, treasurer's report.
The bank reconciliations are right here. The conference call with auditors today. So we're gonna start working on the prior year audit. They're coming here to Hartford October 29th, 30th, and 31st. You're welcome to stop by anytime. It's gonna be Jennifer, who is a new person.
So we have a new person,
I mean, a new, different person than.
a different person. Good. That would be good.
October
29th, 30th, and 31st, so over Halloween. So it's gonna be scary. Though our audit was good last year, correct?
Yes. It was just a struggle.
Right, because nothing was timely, and you were over here manipulating files from back and forth, and
Maybe it'd be easier.
She sounds more experienced than the last person.
terrific. Good. Right, is there anything in the treasurer's report that's odd or different that we need to analyze or
No. It
discuss?
took me a little extra time to get this together because the prior year came out of, so things go different places.
Right. How are we doing on our sweep account?
Good.
Is the interest listed in here?
I think you want me to find it for you?
Outstanding to sweep, 4,618? No.
No, it's on the statement. I think it was like 7,000. It'll be on the attachment after the actual date. For the checking. Those are the interest rates, CDs.
Yep. Okay, I think this is important that we all listen to this. Before we moved our accounts over to Northeast Bank, we were making much less on interest, and your money, your tax dollars deserve to have interest being earned. And the proposal we got from Northeast Bank really set a new standard for us. So in the month of July, interest was $7,851. Prior to that, it was in the hundreds. We have 7,000. So that's is adding to our bottom line and helping keep your tax dollars stabilized, okay? I just want you guys to understand that was a really good change for us. And they come to our office and pick up the banking from us. So Leanne's not taking her day off, to have to run over to the bank and then have to process all that stuff. They come and pick it up. It's a huge time savings for us, where Leanne can be doing other work, so.
I did mention to the auditors too, because last year we wanted them to come out and meet with the board about developing a fund balance policy,
Yeah,
and they never responded.
They never
came up.
responded,
So
right.
she's gonna make sure someone comes out and she
that would be great.
work on that with
Yeah.
that.
Just initial date. So next on the agenda is the cemetery committee report. Can you pass that back? Cemetery committee report, and I know that they already met and gave a report at the last meeting, but I do know they had activities. So Ken, is there anything, Ken, are you here? Is there anything you want to share?
August 12th, we had Atlas Preservation had a 48-state tour with the main workshop being right here local at Pine Grove Cemetery. It was very informative, went from 9 to 3, a lot of good information on restoration of stones, cleaning of stones, preservation of stones in general. Great information, great workshop, a lot of us attended it, so good information to have. It was well worth the time.
Was there a good turnout there?
There were people from all over the state. There were some people from New Brunswick, Canada. I would say there was upwards of 35, 40 people there. So there was some from Madawaska, all over. So a lot of different communities.
Did our committee, did more than you and Cindy attend?
We had 4
or-
members at the workshop. So-
And were there any new tools or any new ideas that they shared that we weren't
Oh, yeah,
aware of?
there's plenty of new tools.
Wonderful.
They're expensive tools. So.
Okay, well, we can just think
We can
about them.
Talk about that later. Thanks.
Great, thank you so much. All right, solid waste does not have a report because I don't meet till next week. Hopefully those people can come. Same thing, rec committee. So calendar reminders, road committee meets on 8/21. The recreation committee meets on 8/26. Solid waste committee meets on 8/28. And the town office is closed Labor Day. You're welcome to come out and stand outside, but the office will not be open. And our 30-day tax lien notices for year 23-24 will be mailed out on September 3rd, the day after Labor Day. You gonna get those all ready, girl? Just before Labor Day?
You're meeting that day, right?
Yep, Tuesday the 3rd.
You're gonna approve the check from the minutes.
All right, awesome. All right, unfinished business, DEP evaluation of town property on Marble Road. What's the update on that?
So
In the packet.
I don't know if it's in your packet because it came in yesterday. He sent me the original license from the town to DEP to apply for a septic disposal area. It was in 1990, 92 maybe.
92, I think it
Oh
was.
my God, we were like 5 then, right, Kathy? And Kathy?
So I started pulling out the old selectmen minutes, trying to get some information. I did see a lot of meetings, they were talking about the septic site, and they're gonna install huge tanks in the ground on Marble Road. So I called Dr. Libby, because I saw that he was a selectman at that time. And he said, yes, they were planning on doing that, but they never installed the tanks. They did allow septic to be dumped there a few times. If you go up the road past it down near the rock wall, and there's 4 testing pipes that are supposed to be sticking out of the ground. He said it was only a few times Nickerson's or some other companies dumped there. Then the state changed the law. You can't dump septic on public property. So nothing's happened since the 90s, early 90s.
Dumped up there, period.
But on our side of the rock wall, not,
Yeah, I said, is any chance it was dumped on anybody else's land? He said no.
okay, so we were able to answer that question, which we didn't know.
Yep, so you have to decide, they want to go test it tomorrow.
Okay,
The company at DEP is fine.
and they're gonna test our property
Mhm.
and,
I don't know,
the-
we just need to give them permission to test ours.
okay, do we know where they're gonna test? Or they're gonna test where you told them we were,
I did call them back and told them there's, testing wells and we knew where they were. He said, good, he was wondering if there were some, he was just gonna go up there and
okay, good. So I'd like to make a motion that we verbally consent to them testing that property where Leanne has told them where the pipes are. I need a second for that motion.
I seconded it.
All right, all in favor? Thank you for doing the legwork and talking to Rock. Very helpful. Okay, the Sappy Bryant Road, Farron Hill Road use agreement.
Unless they're here, I haven't heard a word since the last meeting. I called in, told
Okay.
them what you had said.
So I went and took pictures. They called me. I went out and took pictures. And I thought they copied you on the agreement because they sent it to me all revised and I've already signed it.
No, I haven't seen it.
So I made my own copy. So like I said, I assumed they sent it to you. So they're gonna be improving the road. I took pictures before and there's no way that they can't improve that road. That road needs a lot of work. They've already done a few improvements. They've been working with every adjoining landowner. They've made a lot of concessions to keep everybody happy, which is not easy, as we all know. And absolutely consent, yeah. It will actually be travelable, which right now with all the washouts, probably had some rain. Anyone know that? We've got.
So the last meeting, did you table it or did you?
No, we just wanted the amendment that we could have the
So you made a
Pictures
motion
taken.
to approve it with?
pictures, yeah, and I already took those pictures.
Right.
So
Just
I'd
to
like,
make sure, except
Yeah. we made a motion to accept the agreement, except for, I wanted to get pictures before pictures. I've already gotten those pictures. He sent me an amended agreement and I already signed it, thinking that you already had it.
Sue, can I ask you how far you drove up there, or did you walk the whole thing?
Oh, well, there's only so far you can drive. The intersection of, where two roads meet together, it's the, Farron Hill Road and, the road across, maybe it's just Farron Road, Farron Hill and hits Farron Road. That's where I parked. We looked at two other areas he's gonna work on. And then we could only walk because you got like 3-foot crevasses in the road where the water came down that they're already working on. They've got marked where they're gonna be filling, and so they can go up that hill where the guy brought the house from Portland and rebuilt it on the top of the hill. Absolutely gorgeous.
I haven't been up there.
And they're clearing where they've got permission, and where they're gonna be logging, so.
Which one you going? Farron Hill Road?
I did. I went in Farron Hill Road and met him at the end of the town part and then walked in some and went back and drove in all the way to the metropolitan intersection where the blackberries climb into the road and the old tire sits on the corner and the
That
burn
road
barn.
breaks and goes over towards Church Street, that pond right there.
Yeah. He said eventually he thinks it goes over to Berry Road. But I'd have to- Bear Mountain.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out where that was, where it came around, because I live off Berry
Well,
Road.
just the other side of that is, Church Street. To the side of Church Street. There used to be a road that went all the way through the bog.
I think that's the ones that,
And that pond right there, we call it gigantic beaver. We got the biggest beaver we ever did on that pond.
so they've hired Glenn Luce, who's gonna be doing the work, and we've been very happy with Glenn's work in the past here at the town, and very glad he approached the town, because I think it's gonna be easier for him to get great work
It can't
done.
make it any worse, that's what I said from the beginning.
Oh, goodness gracious, no. I sure wore hiking boots or mudders. Yes, Leanne.
So it was tabled at the last meeting, there was no vote taken.
So, okay, let's take a vote. I'd like to make a motion, since I've already taken the before pictures and I have the agreement, which I thought Leanne had, but I will forward it, that just said we wanted before pictures. He's amended that. And we agreed that to let this company make improvements on the road so they can log.
What's your motion?
My motion is to allow this company to make improvements on the road now that before pictures have been made. Done. I need a second.
I second it.
All in favor? Here we go. All good? Great. Next is road repair. Our current summer road budget, monies that we have is about $334,000. 154,000, actually, it's 332,000. Bulk numbers. 154,000 is our road bond that comes out of that, and it's due in October. So we have got the balance of that, which is about 178,000 to use for summer roads, which is what was approved for budget committee. It was more, but at town meeting, they approved the lower number. So, what we are hoping with the assistance as per our policies and our ordinances, that the road committee will work with the road commissioner to develop a list of priority jobs that then the contracted road crew, which is McNeil Farms, can go and make repairs. So the road committee meets when, on Monday or Wednesday? Tomorrow. So that is one of the priorities that we need, is a list of priority projects, road repairs. We know that Pratt Hill's going out to bid. We need a list of priority road repairs so we can send our people to work.
We need a list of all the complaints.
We have.
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
through email, they're probably there.
We'll go over tomorrow night. Thank you.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much. Which leads into bid committee. We need to develop the bid committee formally and create a date for them to be meeting. Our ordinance says that the road commissioner is on the bid committee. The chairman of the road committee is part of that bid committee, and one select board member. So Al, you willing to serve as that commission, as that party?
Yes.
Okay. And Bim would be one of them, and then we need to choose a select person that feels comfortable serving on that road bid committee. Kathy, you've got way more experience than us, if you're willing. Are you all right with Kathy serving? Yes. So I would like to put forward that Kathy Lowe serve on that bid committee. I need a second. All right, all in favor? Terrific. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, new business.
When do you want to meet?
Oh, when do you want to meet? Can you meet Monday?
No,
No?
unless it's after the rec committee meeting,
What time's the rec committee meeting?
5:15.
5:15? Sure, they can meet after that.
Like 7?
Yeah. But it's being done.
So you guys like to meet after 6:30?
Sure. Can I ask you a question?
No. Okay, go ahead.
Is Leslie involved in this too?
So the ordinance states in MMA, with my multiple emails back and forth with MMA states that the road committee, you have to have two or more of your road committee in order to create a quorum. So if three of you decide you don't want to meet, two of you have to meet a quorum. The road committee, the bid committee can then ask for assistance in creating specs. You can ask specialists, you can ask people within your committee to help you gather information.
But my question was.
But there's only 3 people on the bid committee.
Okay,
If you want to ask Wesley because of his road work
yes.
and someone that has great computer skills to help you,
Yeah.
Kathy loves to create a spreadsheet, just like you do. And Bim does. You guys love the computer. But if that doesn't work for you, maybe someone like Diane, who knows how to, you do not create a spreadsheet. You could ask someone that knew how to do that.
I just want to know, could I do it now, or do I have to wait till tomorrow night? When do I do this to ask these 2 people?
You're part of the bid committee, so if you think you need extra resources to gather information or help you, you ask away.
Thank you, that's all I wanted to know.
Great, you too. Unless you want to do the computer work.
I think he can have an extra person
Nope, MMA said, and that's what I thought too, MMA said, if you have 2 people, that's it. If you have a quorum out of your 3, you can't ask anyone else to be on the bid committee. But you have plenty of resources at hand. You can ask engineers, you can ask the state, you can ask other road professionals for their input.
All right, you got it.
But you and Al
You got it.
and Bill.
Say
Okay.
if- Say if Bill doesn't want
Then it's up to you.
Then it's up to you and Al to
I
ask
work
who
good
you
with
think
Kathy.
are gonna be
She knows
helpful.
that. We get along good. We don't.
Yep, yep.
We don't.
You
fight.
guys are smart people. Other towns are doing this and they don't have engineers on their payroll. So
I'm always as smart as the people that are around me, I'll tell you the truth.
we're all that way. There's no guidebook to being a select person, a parent, a friend. We're all winging it. The whole world, we're winging it. We hope we make good choices.
So
Great.
8/26 at 6:30.
You all right with 6:30?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Al, you all good with 6:30 next Monday?
Yes.
All right, excellent. Fire coverage. Gosh, I wish there were some people here from the fire department so we could talk about this. Hi, guys. Did you guys coordinate your attire this evening or? So at our previous meeting, I know. Everyone. Okay. At our previous meeting, we talked about the large fire that happened almost on the Sumner line. And we have got some wonderful contracts that we're very happy with our neighboring towns that cover. I live on the North Turner side, and Turner does a great job. Buckfield does a great job. Canton does a great job. And they're all strategically located exactly where we need you to all be. There's no skin off our knuckles here. We were very happy with what we have. Just that this most recent fire was so close to the Sumner line, it would have been great to be able to access without having to wait for them to be called. Though we're so glad they did, because we needed everybody. So we wanted to just have a conversation about that and see if there's any solutions or alternative ways or ways that we can protect our families in town. Because like the North Turner side, we got Turner on Bear Pond. The Canton side of Canton Lake and all that area up to Kathy has got Canton. The Buckfield side is Buckfield. But on the Sumner side, we're just, hi, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name's Adam, I'm with Buckfield. This is my ring card for structure fires. All the stuff that's highlighted is anything we need mutual aid for. So any structure fires, you can see that we had Sumner coming.
Yep. And you've called them before, which is great.
We called them before. We had Canton coming. My automatic mutual aid for structure fire in Buckfield, or Buckfield's coverage area in Hartford. The dispatch is supposed to communicate Sumner fire, Turner fire, Canton fire, and Cape fire for automatic mutual aid. Dispatch right now, they're down to 2 dispatchers. That is. So there was, I listened to your town meeting on the YouTube channel. There's a lot of not accurate information given out. So I'm gonna give this to you ladies
Thank you.
for you to look at also. That is the call narrative, from the call start to the call end, with a few more side notes that I took. I guess it sounds like it was a dispatch issue, it wasn't our personal issue. There's not a lot of communication from initial tone to when our departments respond. Us being mostly volunteer, except for Monday through Friday, we have 1 member on during the day, 7 to 5. Turner has guys on maybe 5 or 7 days, but 5 days a week. So they're manned Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. Saturday and Sunday, we rely on a lot of volunteers. They just happen to have an issue, not an issue, people have lives. We have a volunteer department, we don't pay that much. We had 2 trucks out the door, leaving home. 1 left in 9 minutes and 1 left in 11 minutes.
Wow,
That's
fantastic.
a pretty good response time.
It's
For
fantastic,
leaving from
yeah.
home. The problem was water. And if you, where that black circle is on that paper you're reading, there's gonna be some pretty important information right there. I believe it's the fourth line down. Original, no, it's right on the front page.
Oh, I see the circle. Okay, yeah.
Could you read that out loud for us?
Yeah, due to staffing, questioning was canceled.
Keep going.
130255, Stevens Beverly said, at location, caller out of building, no incidents reported. Unknown if anyone was trapped. Fire location, full building, floor, full building.
That's good. So, and I support Center Fire 100%. I have no issues working with them. Somebody made a comment in the last meeting. They're training a lot, and I'm happy to have them now. Before, one of the select persons said that there was a comment made, and I agree with it before. Now they're building in the right direction. Fully agree with that. My question is, with that saying fully involved, what would one department's response have made a difference? Do we think it would have made a difference? No. I did not respond right away. I was out of town. I can see about an hour and 45 minutes into the fire, and the house unfortunately was total loss at that time. And I think the guys did the best they could do to get it out with lack of water. And you guys have an issue with water in Hartford. Yeah, you got a lot of water, but my coverage area, I have no, you see the white pipe sticking out of the ground in Charter, Sumner, Canton, Buckfield. There's no place to go in here. In my coverage area.
Yeah.
So, did what we could do, and unfortunately, the homeowner lost their property.
You think we could use one right there in the Zinsky? You have one right around the corner.
The problem with the one around the corner is it's very hard to draft. So I just have not. Yeah. So the average drafting site is no more than 20 feet high. And then after that, it's a lot of friction loss, and it's hard to pump. And you're probably gonna have to replace the pump after you get it. Don't get me wrong, we've used it and we've had success out of it, but people have had to rebuild pumps after using it. I see Doug has questions for one of them there, so.
Hi,
I am Doug, 1 year chief of Sumner Fire.
Hi, Doug.
Are we on first one for all three of you on this?
Not on campus, not on Turner.
We were ready to go, we had three waiting, we could have been there in 5 minutes. I don't know whether any difference or not. Why can that in 14 minutes? It took us 14 minutes to dispatch.
As I said,
As long as we're on the first one, they got that.
you can look at my running card right there in Barbara. I mean, it is my department. I'm gonna run it the way I need to run it, and safely run it. And I have no issues with you guys running bucket. As you can see with the paper, you guys are on the first one. For instruction.
Yeah.
And that's really all I have to say right now. I don't know if these gentlemen want to.
Can you all introduce yourselves and stand up and tell us who you are, please?
I'm Jason Wall, Canton Fire Chief.
Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Chief Dupree, too. Thank you.
Michael Neamy, the Deputy Chief Attorney.
Thank you. And you're back at Boothie Quimby, aren't you?
What's that?
I said you've coverage back at Boothie Quimby. I talked to when you had some.
I'm the Fire Chief Attorney.
Thank you. Excellent. Well, we really do appreciate everyone's work. It's so stressful when I've had a house fire back in Mechanic Falls. It's very stressful for the families, for the neighbors, for the loved ones, for you guys, because I just wanted to tell you how much we appreciate all your hard work. And we're just working through this. It's hard when our loved ones have lost a home, and we just want to work as a team to do as good a job as we can to take care of our families. Diane.
I just wanted to make a comment. For anyone that has not worked in a dispatch center, when a structure fire comes in, it is very difficult because they'll have hundreds of phone calls from multiple neighbors while they're also trying to tone fire departments. So they may have got the first alarm, second alarm, they're doing their best, and I'm sure that it's very trying for them. So if they're short-staffed, there's no excuse for short-staffed, but in a dispatch center, it is very difficult to field 400 phone calls in 10 minutes and get the appropriate resources out. Dispatch.
Yes, David?
Do any of you have suggestions on where dry hydrants may be helpful for you guys for the town of Hartford? If so, can you maybe provide that to the select board and maybe next year we can put that in the budget?
So the problem with installing, and I have no issues, I have one dry hydrants, every place we can have one. The problem with dry hydrants are DEP regulated. You have to contact DEP's normally 6 to 8 months out, and then you have to have somebody come in and dig it up, have DEP come back and make sure it's all set to go. If someone's willing to do the legwork for it, I'm sure all of us will contribute to putting a dry hydrant. An average dry hydrant is no more than 100 feet into the water, 100 feet's pushing it, and a piece of Schedule 60 PC pipe is, we just bought a bunch, I wanna say it's like $67 for a 10-foot section. And then you have a strainer at the end and a cap for it. My coverage area, the only place I could see using a dry hydrant that would help us out is on Brook Drive, right beside the man bridge. And that's actually something else we need to discuss too, over here. And I talked to some of the landowners when I was measuring it out earlier this week. She's gonna check with the neighbors, see if it's okay to put one, but that is still a spot that, in the middle of summertime, it's gonna dry and it's not gonna be very accessible. So Buckfield's coverage area is obviously 140 coming down to 219. We come up to this location, we go down Tucker Road, no, we don't go down Tucker Road. We stop here, and obviously we have the stuff on 140, Ricker Hill Road, Jordan Road, not Jordan Road, Howard Road, sorry.
Right. Where it goes, Hartford, Buckfield, 3 other towns or
Yeah,
whatever. It's those
yeah.
little tiny pieces of Hartford in there, yeah.
So, I don't really know what would help that fire. It was just, unfortunately, there's nothing that can be done about it. It doesn't matter, unless you were there within the first 2 to 3 minutes. And that was before the fully, I mean, as you can see the notes, the caller saying it was fully.
Yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, at that point, it becomes a, exterior deck and prevent exposures.
Well, we certainly understand being short-staffed. I work for CM Brown. We're still 20% down since COVID. We have a hard time in almost every industry that we're working with to find companies that are fully staffed. I'm not surprised about dispatch at all. Al?
There's 2 places I think you might be able to get a hydrant. There's one on Old Route 40 right there where the bridge is. That's pretty low, and on the flats.
So I measured that also. That is 27 feet to the water. On Route 140, the Hartford Summer Line, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, old 140.
You drained it. You
That's
drained it.
where-
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we actually drained. We did have water, I said, can't be standing under established water in the drainage source. There was no water available. We ended up using it all.
I know for Turner, we cover 219 Victor Bins, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing. So we're actually, we had that fire last winter. We were going back into Turner to get water.
I know sometimes you're down at the dam at Bear Pond, pulling too from there.
Right.
Fill
If
tankers.
it's not winter time, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I rode around last spring with a gentleman that was part of the Bear Pond committee, trying to find a spot to put a hydrant, and there's just the amount of money that would have to be put into that, like cut trees and making a road, it's just astronomical. I mean, it's just unfortunate, so.
I just wanted to ask you, which side of the bridge on Brook Drive heading to East Sumner were you talking
It would be on
about?
the left-hand side. There's actually a pretty good sized hole there, as you go down.
So facing Brook Drive,
Yeah. on the
check
left-hand
that
side.
out. Okay,
There's-
I own the other side, so.
There's a
that
metal
is-
cylinder down there.
Yep.
I wouldn't go in the road, you didn't have to worry about it when you're plowing or anything like that. It's between a concrete barrier and a tree would be a perfect spot for a hydrant. But we have to get you.
Just wondered if you were on my side.
No, we can't get across the bridge.
Steve is next, and then you, Diane.
I own 400 feet on the Biscuit River on Road 8, and the deepest, I actually have the deepest spot behind my house on the whole river, 10 feet deep. I mean, we're willing to sign it.
Where is it?
There's two houses down from one that they're down, the same road.
On Old Route 40? Yep. How far is it down the water?
How far is it to the water? Yeah, probably 45 feet.
I'll check it out.
The problem with that too is it can be maintained in the wintertime.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I thank you gentlemen for
Just
coming.
a quick question. Is there any recommendations from Canton in your coverage that were fitted by hydrant, anyone? It's not that.
There's one spot right across from your field, that little brook right there, I looked at that the other, about a month ago. We could throw a floating pump in there if the water stays up. I don't know about dry hydrant, to get the truck off the side of the road right there. And the only other one that's in Hartford that we can use, but it's not working, is the one on the top of the road, so I talked to them about some of the time,
Does it not work?
we tried it again this year, and I think we discovered that it might be cracked around the elbow. So, yes, I gave him a link to buy the parts and get them taken care of, and we would try it again.
The first elbow, the 90?
The first one that we would connect to. Because he had, the guy from Mike Stump around, I forget his last name, he brought a camera up and looked through it, because we thought the pipe was broke a few years ago, and it's not. We couldn't get anything out of it. I think it's sucking the air through that.
Thank you.
No, I want to thank you for coming. I just wanted to get it on the discussion. We weren't looking, I spoke with Cam Hinkley the end of last week. We're not looking to renegotiate or anyone's budget or anything like that. But if there is room for improvement, I would like to find it. We would like to find it. So it sounds like there's a good volley of ideas that we should probably explore, especially regarding water access. So hopefully we can connect with you sooner than later so that we don't run into this again. So I really appreciate you coming out tonight. Means a lot. Thank you.
And we are very accessible. So if you need questions answered or you have new ideas, we want to be a part of the solution. So,
Another thing to keep in mind with dispatch as well as they're being short-staffed, they're also going through a major systems upgrade.
yes, they are.
They don't have all the information, and we're still looking at, I think the last update I got was over a year before that's ready. So there are gonna be, things just do not get relayed.
And they're doing some internal reorganization there too. So I know it's definitely challenging and stressful for them.
And just to elaborate on that, the time between Oxford County to Androscoggin County is anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes. So there's that last, I mean, if we get a structure fire in Hartford today in the Turner coverage area, these two are gonna get called before we do in turn. Because it's going to Oxford County.
Going to Oxford.
Then they're gonna get a phone call to ASO, and then we get dispatched to it. So they're already coming before we even get torn up.
You can actually see all the difference on the times on that, one of those papers, it's all in the highlighter, dispatch times, it's all, arrival times and stuff like that, so.
Thank you for doing that.
And I'm over 50. I know none of you are. But, and the lights aren't, fantastic. So I can read this later with, maybe a little brighter light. And if I take a picture and expand it, it'll be perfect. Thanks for making me read that in front of everybody. That was really good. Thanks. Yes, Leanne.
So your contacts are all up at the end, June of 25. Budget requests are due by the end of this year, December 31st. When would you all like to meet? I know the budget committee wants to meet with you all and selectmen. You want to wait till like February, March, or?
It doesn't matter, it depends on how it works.
Just get numbers in as soon as you can, end of the year.
We're trying to keep I know everyone is, but we're trying to be able to keep our budget as responsibly and fiscally feasible. So the sooner we know where numbers are going to be, the better. So, great. Thank you all very, very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Great. Can I keep this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I can read it. No problem. All right. Town hall rental policy. I want to review that we have a town hall rental agreement. That when somebody wants to rent the hall, they can call in and reserve a date. But if you don't fill out that rental policy ahead of time, you have nothing besides a pen mark in a book. That rental policy agreement has to be filled out. Insurance has to be presented and a payment has to be made before the hall is used. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Reading through it later. This is actually just a sheet for that. So I'll be.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all your hard work. So, the rental agreement has to be signed, insurance has to be presented, and the insurance is a certificate. The certificate has to name this address, not the town hall, this address for coverage, okay? Meaning the town hall right here, not the town office, and the date that the event is taking place. Most people that have a homeowner's policy, it becomes a rider. We are not accepting a commercial policy because the commercial policy, I'll give you an example. Say Bowen Enterprises. David, is that the name of your company? Dave Bowen. Say Dave Bowen Construction would like, but Dave wants to rent it. If Dave Bowen Construction comes in with his liability policy, unless it has a rider for that very day that shows the coverage of everybody that's going to come to that event is going to be covered, that's the only way a commercial policy can have coverage. Okay? Because it has to cover the people that are attending that event and this building. Otherwise, we take an oath to protect our community. All of us do. And we are being mandated by MMA and our own standards to make sure that groups using this facility are covered. Otherwise, someone can sue the town. And it means that everyone in this room and everyone in this town are going to pay to cover the person that broke their hip at the store when they tripped, instead of the policy that you presented. All of that has to be in before you rent the hall. Now, just in case you didn't realize, to rent Boofy, Quimby, and Turner, which I tried to for a family reunion that was going to be rained out, $350 for 4 hours, an additional $100 for every other hour. And they require insurance, and they've been doing it way longer than we ever have. And it doesn't even give us kitchen privileges. We have to pay a deposit for the kitchen. So here it costs us $75, a $25 deposit. And once your payment is made and the hall is checked out, you get your $25 deposit back. Does anyone in this room feel that that is unfair or is too much money? Well, that is the policy. And from here on out, no one, including the select board, no one is going to open these doors for anyone unless all that paperwork and the insurance and the agreement is signed. I don't want to hear any malarkey. I don't want to hear a life story about anything. If you haven't followed proper procedure, any of us, including Kathy, me, or Kathy Squared and Sue, we're going to follow the rules to protect the people in this town. And if you have not met those requirements before your date, and you have not personally gone to Leanne and done that, we are not letting you into the hall. You are putting us at risk. You are taking advantage of the select board stating things that have not been done. And it's not gonna be tolerated. So I wanted to get that on record so people would understand we have rules and policies to follow to protect our townspeople from liability. And that's the way it's gonna go.
Susan, I'm sorry, I stepped up to speak to that fireman. Are you referring to outside groups?
Any,
Not town sponsored?
correct,
Like Buy Nothing? not
Correct.
Davy.
yes.
Okay, okay.
If, say, Lenny, you wanted to use a hall and have a birthday party for your beautiful granddaughter.
Yeah.
And you called Leanne and said, hey, hold this date. Unless you fill out the rental policy, the rental agreement, excuse me, and provide your insurance and pay your fee, you're not gonna be able to use the hall.
I know that.
That's
Thank
all,
you.
I'm just reviewing the policy. Okay. Board meeting dates. It is very important to the three of us that we move all of our important things, including our roads, forward. And because Pratt Hill is a priority and other road projects are priorities, I have made a suggestion that for the next several weeks until we get things moving forward, so that people don't have to wait 2 weeks for decisions, that this board meet our regular schedule, which is the first and third Tuesday of the month, and that every other Tuesday, that this board meet for 1 hour to review any road commitment and road priorities so that we can move things forward. And I'd like to make that
I'm
recommendation.
sorry, when did you say?
Besides our regular committee meetings, the off Tuesdays, that the board meet for 1 hour to consider and review road requests and road committee advisories, so that we can work on bids, we can get Bim and his crew doing the jobs they need to be doing, our road commissioner and our contractors, so that they can have commitments to weekly Tuesdays, 6:30 to 7:30, when we're not doing our regular board committee.
And for how long did you say?
Until we get our road commitments and our other commitments met. So that the bid committee can get working. We don't have to say, oh, well, we're meeting in 2 weeks. I want our townspeople to know that our board is committed to keeping things moving forward.
6:30.
6:30. Do we have to make a motion, or can we just? So I'll need a second to that motion. All in favor? Great. Thank you. All right, RSU letter of request for annual budget meeting. You guys got that? I'll get to it here. How far down are we?
I don't know.
Is that a separate packet?
This is the one that needs to be signed. Yeah, take this.
All right, so on July 16th, the Buckfield Select Board discussed the drafting of a letter to the RSU 10 School Board requesting that the annual budget meeting be rotated between Mountain Valley High School, which is in Mexico, and Buckford High School. The reasoning for this discussion centered around the significant increases that our three towns experienced this year, and the often low turnout from our residents at this meeting. Holding the meeting in Buckfield every other year may increase our local participation and result in the school board having to go back to the table and revise their proposed budget before the validation vote if our residents feel that the proposal is too high. And it says, I'm sharing this draft letter with you in hopes that you will share this information with your board. And I believe that the more of us that make this request, the more likely the school board will at least consider the change. And just as a reminder, school budget passed by under 10 votes this past year. Under 10 in Hartford. Okay, so it's a legitimate request. I make a motion that we file a similar letter to RSU 10.
Yeah, it's attached.
Great. So I make a motion that we sign this letter.
I will second that motion.
All in favor? Great. There you go. I would like to take just a 2-minute break so I can use the little girl's room. I've been drinking my water, trying to lose a little weight here. So I'll be right back.
I'm just wondering if you knew what your PIN number was.
Gotta start with babies.
That's what we do. We go to the budget meeting, we just like, I'm like, no, you want to do that one? Say we're gonna bring it up.
Oh, well, mom, please. I want to, you get a switch back and forth between that and the baseball.
Geez, Biden's supposed to go late. That's good.
Yeah, he did well. I thought I recorded him because it was so late. I wanted to go to bed.
Right.
And I got on there and I got through about 2/3, I guess, of the speech, and that was the end of it. So I didn't record, I could have recorded one more section.
Okay, we'd like to resume if everybody's ready. Or did everyone go outside and take a break, or they just cruised out? Great. All right, appointments and resignations. Do we have any?
Not that I know of.
Terrific. Moving on, training. How about training?
No.
Okay. Correspondence. Do we have any new correspondence?
So we give you the Bear Pond newsletter.
Yeah. There's a meeting this two Sunday. Is it this Sunday? Bear Pond Improvement Association just sent the newsletter out by email. Great.
And there's more, but I need this back. It's important. state valuation report. And we got the, of course, the insurance report.
Yeah. Chad, I understand you guys took the plaques down out of the dam area, and your plan is, I see the new stands they made just to the right of that. Would you like to tell us about what's going on with that?
Not on the dam committee, but I do.
Don't swear at me.
That's not a story.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so the people that donated to the dam fund to replace the dam, will be listed on those, so there's gonna be two plaques, because there was a previous fundraiser that donated to the dam, and then this new one. And the town of Hartford will be on that plaque because they donated $10,000 for that new dam. And there's a gentleman, Josh Dunn, who's done a lot of that work that's there now, for free, he donated his time. So he's done all that, and then now we're just waiting for the plaques.
It looks great. It really does, yeah. Also, Bear Pond Improvement Association is selling T-shirts and hats and sweatshirts and stuff. So if anybody wants to support the pond, they can get on to Bear Pond Improvement Association.com or .org. I think it's .com actually. Yep. And so you can order gear from there if you want to support. It's really cute stuff, and it'll help support all the efforts that they do for the pond and water testing and all that jazz. So, great newsletter, thank you. All right, any other correspondence here? We've got a couple things we have to review, said.
I just need that back, the state valuation report. It goes to the assessor.
Okay. So can you tell me their state evaluation compared to what we're taxing? Is it anywhere near each other? Because I know our reevaluation is not due for another 3-4 years.
Can you talk to the assessors about that?
Okay.
Ours is, oh jeez, I mean, I don't put the book out. That's the book.
So basically, under State of Maine Revenue Services, the municipal assessors and chairman of the Board of Select Persons from the state gave us a preliminary valuation for 2025 for the town of Hartford and where things stand. So it'll be interesting to read and where our taxation is compared to what the state's saying. So just a reminder that in last month's, 2 weeks ago's meeting, the county assessors had made a mistake in the evaluation, which added 7,000 something onto our budget because they made a mistake. So you can imagine the other towns in Oxford County that are also paying. That's a huge mistake, right? There are a lot of towns in Oxford County, all the way to Parsonsfield, New Hampshire line, all the way over here. So just think about all those towns. That's a bucket load. Anything else? Nope, just magazines. Okay. With this great economy, I do not have any extra
We should for the
dollars.
beach sometime.
What's that?
We should buy something for the beach sometime,
Oh, okay.
something that won't burn.
Outdoor. Something that won't burn, and they can't haul off on their own. Heavy, mounted, okay. Thank you.
Well, yeah, you want to, because in Shapley, Maine, yesterday, they think 18 years because of the tracks.
Hauled an
out.
outhouse.
Yeah, they hauled it and smashed it,
They sure did. Made new Center 6.
I know. So you're right, Luann, you want it in concrete or something,
Absolutely.
crazy.
Okay, items for next meeting. And our next meeting will be next Tuesday, which will be discussing road items after your meeting and her meeting.
So this is the regular meeting.
Oh, this is a regular meeting
Yeah, 'cause
agenda.
that's only roads, right?
Right, that's just roads.
So we have the ordinance committee recommendations.
Yes.
Or
Ordinance committee,
Information.
review information and make, yep. Is there anything you'd like to add to the next regular agenda?
right now.
No?
Quick.
Okay, as of right now, it's a short meeting. I'm sure that will change. Okay. It is time for open session. Leanne has jumped on the gun.
Oxford County Budget Committee caucus is August 28th. I think you all have a copy, 6 PM, the courthouse. If one of you wants to serve on the Oxford County Budget Committee, let someone else know to go nominate you. That's it.
And we often go to that. I know I went one year and you and Lee went.
I just went to nominate her.
Gotcha.
Did you go to an actual meeting?
2 years ago, when I first joined, I went to a meeting. And then I think I went when we nominated Lee that year, and then you guys went this past year. Okay, August 28th, what day of the week is that? I can look that up.
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
which is next Wednesday, right?
Did you want to be on that, Kathy?
Yeah, I can.
Really, that would be awesome.
Someone nominate her.
If she wants to be, I'd be happy to nominate you.
You have to do it over there.
Mm-hmm. All righty. Anything else for open session? Al?
Yeah, I have that issue with Jennifer. Like I said, I don't think she's a good fit for the community. It's up to you guys, it's not up to me, but I don't feel comfortable having her ditching people on the internet or in the public here. It's not right. You know, I want a committee that works together, it's a happy committee, I want all this intent and you understand what I'm saying, I don't have to go any farther. Thank you.
Thank you, Al.
I think it's an MMA question, isn't
Yep, we'll follow up. We'll take your comments seriously. We're gonna consult with MMA and, go from there and get back to you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, great. We are now going to adjourn into executive session, and when the executive session is done, we'll be adjourning the meeting. We appreciate everyone coming. Thank you all for being so respectful. I'm glad you're here. Very glad you're here.
Sure.
I need,
Where's the bathroom? I'm over second.
I get it. I've been traveling all day. I was like, I'm drinking water.
I can't wait.
Thank you so much for putting the chairs away. You guys rock.
While we sit here watching that.
I know.
Yep.
This is right here. Good night. Thank you so much for helping with road stuff too. She was working with the forester, giving him some information. Is it Bridget right here? That was yeah. He told me that he asked her a few questions and she sent him over here. All good. We just need to wait till Lenny's out of the restroom.
You can still make a motion.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's my cooking.
Have a good night.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session. Oh, and Kathy's gonna do the rest of the girls' room.
You know,
8:05.
any chance you're gonna make a decision after this? Maybe.
Possibly.
Kathleen, Edward, this. I'm not taking off.